Hi, welcome to the market alert for Wednesday the 12th of November 2014. Just before we get started, I just want to bring you up to speed on what I'm doing at the moment for you is putting together a presentation on all of the brightly coloured test bars that you can see in the chart, about all of the individual characteristics of these bars, where they appear in the market's phase, and what to expect when they appear in the chart. So as you'll see here, I'm just working on this at the moment. It's a bit more extensive and detailed than I thought, so it's taken a bit longer to put together, but will be well worth it, because I was first introduced to this sort of analysis, that is, tracking what the professionals are doing, around 20 odd years ago. I'm not going to give too much away at the moment, but what I'm doing is putting down all of this information, everything that I've learnt, discovered, uncovered during the last 20 plus years, putting this into individual videos, which will be available on the website free of charge. They will be coming shortly. This will then be followed by a look at Fibonacci's, and again, something else that I discovered, a technique that's unique to me, that will allow you to predict exactly where the market's likely to stop, turn, reverse, and then in combination with the test bars. So effectively, by the time we complete this, which is going to take a couple of months at least, which will be drip fed out to you, so you're not overwhelmed by it, you will be able to read the markets like a professional trader reads the markets, by looking at the price action, the bigger picture, applying the test bars to what you're seeing, again with the psychological lines and the Fibonacci lines, and you'll be able to develop a real sense and understanding for the markets, and ultimately be able to predict with amazing accuracy where a market's likely to trade to, when it's going to turn, etc., instead of just relying on the automatic signals, which of course you can just use, but when you overlay this other additional powerful stuff, then you really do start to see how the markets work. And as I've said on many occasions, the markets are not random. They are incredibly predictable once you know and understand how they work. So I thought I'd just give you the heads up there of what's coming. So just need a bit of time to actually complete this, and then of course record, edit, and then produce it and put it on the website for you. So I'll drip feed this out hopefully from next week. We'll start adding these videos in so you can really get a sense of how the markets work. Of course, again, you don't need any of this if you don't wish to, but 20 odd years down the line of learning all of this stuff, and at some of the feet of the great masters, as it were. So I want to impart this information to you so that you can, read the markets like a real pro with no difficulty whatsoever. Right, so let's move on and have a look at yesterday. As I warned in yesterday's market alerts that we could see the market being fairly quiet, and we did. I mean, the maximum range yesterday was just above 50 points, I think. What have we got here? 52 points, probably about 54 points. So a very quiet day for the Dow yesterday. And the market started off with some selling there. We see further selling. But this is the interesting bit, and this is something that I keep coming back to, and I'm going to devote again videos to this, because the power of this is just quite amazing. You've got this psychological level here of 17,600, and the market trades down. It goes to the close of the previous day, and there you see this build up of volume, and look what happens. We get the buying coming back, because the market's a buyer's market in the background there. You see prices then moving higher. We get some selling coming back below the psychological level, but immediately the next bar it opens and then starts to move higher. And once this happens, you see the market trading all the way up to the resistance one. You get a second, a buy signal here, but you've got this resistance. And as I said yesterday, it was going to be a fairly quiet day, and that's what we're seeing. There's no momentum. You can see immediately that the volume has dropped off. And once you understand how volume works in the market, you can see really that it's one of those days where it's best left alone. We do have a short though that comes in and certainly goes down to generate some profits there. Just coming back to this first one though, because of being able to see what's going on in the markets, even had you taken this trade, you can see at one point there were around I think it's around about 10 points on the table, probably about 12 max there, but you know you've got this support from the previous day close, the psychological level that the market's likely to come back to as well. And you can see there that we have a lot of volume. The market's not going down. This volume is buying volume coming into the market, and then it's confirmed as the market pulls back. So we're against the main trend on a very quiet day when a lot of traders may not be at their posts. So again, once you factor all of these things into the market, it's no surprise to see it do what it's actually doing. So then we get this buy signal which starts to move higher, as I say, and then closes back below the R1. You can see there the market then following fails to close above, so there's no follow through in the buying, and we see the market drift down to where? Back to the 16,700, so sorry, 17,600 to get the figures in the right order. So you can see the market finding support here. We see the market trading below a bit, but then it's low volume, and then you can see the market being brought back because the volume increases, even though it's only subtle. And I'm just going to change the color of the volume in this for you so that it's a bit easier to see. Let's just change it to that. There we go. And put on the crosshair as well. Just do that. So you can see at this level here we've got the volume below. We've got some selling in the red bar. The selling disappears, and then you can see how they buy the market back in this bar. You can see the increase in volume, a bit of indecision there, and then some more buying as they try to bring the market back. Got resistance to the left, the market slammed back down, the market's tested at the 17,600. It's just all very predictable in how this pattern operates, and you can see that all the way through until we get towards the late evening. It's 20 minutes before the close, and we get another potential signal too close to the close, especially when the market's been so quiet. I mean, look at the range that we had from the low to the high during yesterday afternoon. The low up to the high is 20 points, so very, very quiet afternoon session there. And then you see this market just trying to move up, and the overnight again has been very, very quiet, which we would expect there, as we've had the 2 days without news, and of course yesterday Remembrance Day for the US. So in the daily chart you can see this at the top there. Just drag this down a bit and spread the bars out. You can see there that we've got a very narrow range yesterday. We have an up thrust. The markets was thrust up. Prices came back down towards the lowest before the close, and a bit of weakness around there. I mean, after the rise from the 16th of October, really we are due for a couple of down days at least, after the market continues to make these historic all-time highs. And again, if we have a look yesterday, we can see another new historic high put in, 17,656. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see 18,000 hit or just below it before we do get a correction. But of course, that's dependent upon the economic news, which today, let's have a quick look, see what we've got. Average earnings, this is all early stuff. What have we got around lunchtime? Nothing, but at 5 p.m. we've got Kocha Lakota speaking, medium impact, so you could have a bit of a, the market hasn't moved much for the last few days, so we could have a bit of an impact on it if the floor traders and the main banks want to move the market around there. The UK, we've got these inflation reports, but they won't affect the Dow, of course, because it doesn't start trading until 2:30. And last but not least, the implied volatility kicking up slightly yesterday to 10.10. I'd like to see this move lower. The underlying market trade to around 18,000 for a decent move to the downside in this market. So again, that's what I would like to see. What we get is, of course, a different ball game completely. But nevertheless, that's there's a psychological level there of 18,000. The implied needs to drop a bit before we see the next correction in the market there. And you can see from this sort of minor correction to this one, we had about a month before we saw the other bigger correction coming into the market. But certainly this market is moving higher on fresh air. There is no volume around whatsoever, and you can see day by day it's getting less and less. So these prices are being held on the highs by, again, the pros just marking the actual share prices up. Right, that's it from me. I will see you in tomorrow's edition of the Market Alert. As ever, thank you for your support. All things being equal, we're going to get a half decent day today. Now we've got the 2 quiet days out of the way. I will see you tomorrow. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.